Hi everyone, it's Yancy the OT. Today we're going to work on something really fun that all you need is a sheet of paper. We're going to work on our shoulder girdle stability. And what's our shoulder girdle? It's composed of 3 bones that are linked together through tendons and ligaments and muscles. You got your clavicle, this long bone you have right here, your ball and socket joint, which is your shoulder, because this part of the ball and socket joint is actually the end of this clavicle bone right here. And then this bone is the ball that's in the socket. And then you have your clavicle bone, which is a triangular bone you have back here. And you have a set of 2 girdles, one on your right side and one on your left side. You got 2 scapulas, one on your right and one on your left, triangular bone that's connected to your 2 shoulders. They're both ball and socket joints, and your clavicle right here. Now, we need to make sure that that girdle, that apparatus is really strong and stable. Because if that apparatus is not strong and stable, I can't develop good fine motor skills, good finger control, and good bilateral integration. Now, we've discussed before what fine motor skills are in the finger muscle control, but bilateral integration, I'm gonna just talk a little bit more about that because I feel like there's a lot that we haven't discussed about it. Bilateral integration is just coordinated 2-hand usage, how I coordinate the use of both my hands. There is 2 types, it's simple, symmetrical motor patterns, and then you get a little bit of higher level bilateral integration, which is asymmetrical motor patterns of your hands. Symmetrical motor patterns of your hands, it's simple. It's what you do when you clap, because you want to pretend you have a mirror right here where your body's midline is. Clapping, banging 2 blocks or toys together. Simple things like that. Or when we sign for more. That's simple bilateral integration because it's just symmetrical motor patterns. A little bit of higher functioning bilateral integration patterns are the asymmetrical motor pattern, which is you're not doing the same thing with 2 hands. Usually you're stabilizing with one, your non-preferred hand, and you're manipulating or you're using or you're working with an object with your preferred or dominant hand. That's what we do when we string. You hold with one hand and you string the beat with the other. That's what you do when you're writing or coloring, when you're holding the paper down with your non-preferred hand and you're coloring and drawing with your preferred hand. That's what we do when we're doing fasteners, when you're fastening or unfastening buttons, snaps, and zipper. Now, in order for us to be competent and be successful and independent, you doing all these tasks that we just discussed right now, it all starts up here. Remember how I said all the muscles closest to that midline develop first? Well, this shoulder girdle apparatus is closer, it's really linked to that midline before your finger control. So if we want to develop good finger control and good bilateral integration, higher level and lower level bilateral integration skills, you really want to make sure this shoulder girdle stability is stable. What's a fun way to do this? Well, we're going to do it now. All you need is a sheet of paper. And if you don't have sheets of paper, you can use junk mail. Now, we're going to tell your child, we're going to have a contest. Let's have a race. Let's see who can tear the paper up first. And it's not just regular ripping. We're not doing that. You're going to grab the sides of the paper, like this, and you're going to try to pull it to tear it. Ugh. And some of our kids are really strong, and they're going to tear that piece of paper up. And if you see that, say, hey, that was too easy. Let's make it a little bit harder. So you're going to fold the paper lengthwise. You can make it another bilateral task. You can either fold it up in the air, or you can put it on the table. Say, let's try to make the corners touch and have them use 2 hands to flatten the fold. Let's do the same thing. Grab the sides, ready, set, go. Pull, and relax. Let's try it one more time. Grab the sides and pull, and if you're doing this, you're gonna feel you activating your muscles. If that was too hard, that was too simple, let's fold it even again. Lengthwise. Put it on the table. Use 2 hands to flatten the fold. Let's do it one more time. Grab the sides and pull. They might be getting a little frustrated by now because they can't tear it up. So you know what you can do? Take advantage of that frustration and say, hey, let's just crumple the piece of paper. You're not only working on intrinsic hand muscle control and strengthening, you're also working on bilateral integration. And now you can actually incorporate eye-hand coordination, visual motor integration. Get a basket, it can be the laundry basket, it can be the trash can, and let's do paper toss, basketball paper toss, and get it in the basket. You can't lose with this. It's a fun way to work on this. And let's just say you're tired and you just maybe want to watch something on TV, you want to do something on the iPad because he deserved it, he worked hard for it. Have him do it on his belly. propped on his elbows on the floor. Keep working on that shoulder grip stability because they need that for independence with their hands and fingers. See you guys. Have fun.